All right, welcome back to the best of 5 finals for the OlimoLeague. If you're just joining us, the player here in the top right, currently leading 1-0, it's the yellow Protoss, MyungSik.
The bottom left as the red Zerg, it's Samsung Galaxy Solar.
In fairness to Solar, because he's a good player, and I don't need to make excuses for him, that was a weird start to that game. You know, gateway cannons leading into a forced fourth base and all this other nonsense. It's something that could still possibly happen here, but it's very less likely. Cannons are still a big part of the matchup, and with the pylon out here, he might just go for it again.
Right. It's definitely going to be a Forge Fast expand. Although sometimes you do see a Nexus first into like the gateways at the front, but usually it says mean that at least the Forge is coming down at some point, and it's just whether or not MyungSik was to throw down right now, at 13 actually, or a Nexus first. He did. I mean, Solar did not go for a pool first last game, so he might be banking on the exact same thing happening. Yeah,
I mean, it's a little bit risky, of course, because you never quite know. I mean, Solar's definitely, I'd say, more known for his macro than he is for like playing 6 pool every game type thing. But it'll work out for MyungSik. So yeah, it actually throws on the Forge. Never mind. JK. LOL. Pew 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 pew.
Okay. Yo, the only thing I wish you were at Disneyland for, I mean, I wish you were at Disneyland, totally. I missed you so much.
Wow. That hurts, man.
But really, would have been like, I probably would have gone on like the pew 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 shooter if like you were there, because I would have wanted to beat you.
What's the
like high score?
Pew 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 shooter?
Oh, it's like you get like a little like car thing, and it kind of like rocks you around, and you're supposed to like shoot like it's like Buzz Lightyear, you know? And you shoot like the aliens.
Dude,
like a little like toy gun.
This is awesome.
Right? I didn't go on with the other guys, but if you were there, I just would have been too competitive. And then I would have made fun of you if you had lost.
Okay. Well, pilot is complete. And we'll see if the cannons come down. Now, MyungSik didn't pull a second probe this time, so I don't imagine he's going to actually dedicate to this, especially with the Nexus. Yeah, we're getting plopped down back at home, so... Bit of an annoyance, but until that hatchery completes, Solar's actually not out of the woods yet. He can still throw a cannon down. As long as creep isn't spread, that's all that matters. But never mind, he's going to swing back towards the main and check gases.
Well, Solar, there's another third hatch. He knows that the game is going to go on into a macro game with that Overlord over the base. And, well, that means we don't have a lot to talk about for the next 2 minutes or something like that.
This is why we got awesome BlizzCon stories we could tell.
Right? Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story that even you haven't heard, right? Because you had left by then. Ooh. But yesterday, I get up at like 8:30 or something, and I search for the nearest post office so I can send myself my posters.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And it's actually like, you know, I asked the hotelist to make sure that I'm right on this one, and they're like, yeah, it's like a mile down. So I'm like, oh, a mile, no big deal. Like 12 minutes, except it's like, you know, apparently it was actually like stupid roadways, so it took me like 45 minutes to walk there. Wow, and I hated every single minute of it. And I didn't even think about it, but you can go like, there's like business centers and hotels, man. The Hilton has a UPS store, and I'm like just like thinking like, love of God, like
you walked 45 minutes
instead of like 10. I really hope that they just didn't actually have what I needed at the UPS store.
This
just
is
so
like,
I don't feel so bad for walking so fucking far.
This is like when we went to Toronto and we wanted ice cream, or you wanted ice cream.
I'm so unlucky in this stupid shit, yeah.
Yeah, you should just never walk places, I think is what it boils down to.
I never went to that ice cream parlor. I should have, just to like have like my own personal revenge on Toronto.
Yeah, maybe.
It was right next to our hotel.
By the way,
lost there too.
Yo, speaking of hotels, we got this really cool deal where we got our hotel room kind of upgraded, which was really nice while we were there. But then it's like, by the way, there's no elevator to this building, and I thought no problem, right? But let me tell you guys, if you get like your feet covered in blisters, you're an overweight dude. The 3rd floor sucks.
First of all, it's in the back, so it's kind of like what a serial killer is. It was actually a nice hotel, but still, it's in the back where a serial killer lives. The nice serial killer, you know, the fancy one. But also, we're on like the 3rd floor, and it's like a motel, so like the walkway's on the outside, you know? And it like slants downwards, and the guardrail is not very secure. So we're like, if we're gonna be tipsy, we're not coming back here.
Yeah, we had actually made plans to stay at Fear Dragon's Hotel and stuff, like crash in his room if we plan to drink heavily.
It's scary, man. Scary sober. Oh, okay. So we finally, okay, downtime covered. Perfect. 4 on the way.
Yeah. Now this should be enough to apply some pressure to Solar's third, but this is usually a situation where the probe's hiding down here. You're ready to put a pylon down. Usually you don't want to be moving out and placing pylons at the same time, as it does kind of screw with your reinforcement timings, I guess you want to call it that much. But I do like that this is going to sync up well with +1. I do like this while the council's coming up, and this isn't just some sort of weird all-in build out of MyungSik. And there goes the hallucination to scout. So there we go. He hasn't had scouting in quite some time, but of course he's seen what he already needed to see, 3 bases and all that. What he needs to see is the composition of his opponent's army.
Okay, so it's still sitting Burrow, and I wonder if he's gonna actually throw in Roach Burrow as well.
Tunneling clause?
Yeah, that one.
It's like Roach Burrow.
Roach Burrow movement.
Like they just burrow twice. They get like that extra level.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, it's two levels down, so I actually wouldn't know what that would affect.
I do like the burrow though in general. It's gonna be really good for getting around force fields. Usually there's not observers cranked out this early with the army. Sometimes 1 or 2 on the map, but yeah, for the most part, I think this burrow worked out really nicely. Now we do have kind of a just I don't know, weird amount of units out of Solar, but that's kind of the thing. Like he's got a lot of them, so. Usually what these force fields do, guys, they cut the army in half, they cut the army in fourths. You can't fight with the full force of your army, but by burrowing, you keep them alive. By burrowing, he's going to keep that supply lead. Again, it's 61/24. Who cares if it's Lynx and Roaches? Numbers are kind of what it comes down to at the end of the day. And for MyungSik, it's like mostly sentries. Very squishy, non-damage dealing units.
Yeah. Well, his projection, you know, of 4 gateways that I made earlier, he's gonna start getting more Blink Stalkers, really, as Blink does finish up in +2 as well, but they're slowly trickling in, and Solar's about to attack. Taking down these rocks, so there's another avenue of attack, should he need it.
Cannons. I don't think he knows about the need for detection, but this will sort of double over static defense plus detection.
It's true. He does have another cannon at the third. It's only 1, though, so the Roaches can easily snipe that. And really on Overcooked there is 3 avenues of attack, and with no observers, MyungSik can't really see that there's an entire surround coming down.
Nice force fields.
Good
though.
Force fields. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much more behind this too. It's not like those are the only force fields he's gonna get out of this. Seeing those cannons is gonna be a nuisance, and now there is an observer out, so burrow tactics no longer going to be applicable. But as you asked earlier, the answer is here. Tunneling clause halfway complete. This will allow the Roaches to move underneath the force fields and perhaps shark attack, perhaps just escape. Either way, looks like this third base might just go down. He's going to focus it with the Roaches. This is going to be big for Solar on the right side. These force fields still going off. He can't pull the sentries back. He has to leave them all there. So, yes, the Nexus will fall.
He could burrow here, but I don't think he quite realizes it. Observer's on the other side of the field. There he goes. Saves at least a few Roaches. And MyungSik, losing that third is still recoverable. Solar is on a very low tech. His economy is actually pretty damn great as he got a gold, but it's still like very low tech. But MyungSik, will he ever get that chance to get up to like 20, 30 stalkers? Solar's not stopping this push.
And I just snipe off the cannons, perhaps not realizing there's an observer there, so we won't be able to quite get these cheeky tactics here. But left side of the map, sending these guys in. Where are you guys going? Pro kills, okay.
Yeah.
The Foragers can't really kill a Nexus. Not when there's this many stalkers right nearby.
Yeah.
But I'm loving this for Solar. Still in a pretty good position, in my opinion. I mean, what he hasn't actually killed, there's like no force fields left. The energy's pretty much gone. It's like 1 immortal for damage. I think he could actually focus that down.
It looks like he will right here. The force fields are not going to be nearly as good. And in fact, he uses the burrow anyways. Even with the observers right there, just get underneath the force field and on top of that immortal. And MyungSik didn't have enough time to get to that really nice Blink Stalker count. And again, Solar is not stopping. It's Ling Roach. It's kind of inexpensive. You can make a lot of it on 4 hatcheries, and he's just going to overrun MyungSik.
That worked out really well. That burrow tunneling clause really just let him pick off every single sentry. Not just deal damage, but actually take out all the critical parts of the army. He's going to regroup because he's going to split his forces up a little bit there, but he killed the Immortals, and really it's just Stalkers. I'm shocked he's not fully committing to this. There we go.
MyungSik really, down on gas is what he really needs right now from this third base. Unfortunately, it's not actually saturated. If he did, he would be able to be up another Immortal right now, which would be very helpful. Blink Stalker control is good, but again, never able to get up to that 20, 30s Blink Stalker count to really deal with it.
GG. Game number 2 goes to Solar. Ties that up 1-1, and it is best of 5. So,